Hi there, welcome back to Cloth and Paper, and today I'm going to be taking you through my two Traveler's notebooks. We have the A5 Slim on the left and the Traveler's Pocket Plus notebook on the right, and I just wanted to show you what each one looks like in decorating them. The Pocket Plus I brought with me to Ireland and Vienna on a trip I went over there this summer, and I just think it would be really nice to show you guys how to use them and how to keep memories as you're going on your trips. So with this Pocket Plus notebook, I found it to be super portable. I have this bag from Uniqlo here. It's like just a little shoulder strap carry-on bag. And as you can see already, it's looking like it's going to fit really nicely. And when you drop it on in there, it fits perfectly lengthwise, especially with my film poking out, and there's so much room for all my other things. So I'd carry like my wallet, my keys, my headphones, perfume, like anything else in there. So I found it to be the perfect size while traveling on the go. So as we get into the Traveler's Notebook, I'll show you exactly like what I held inside the trip. And on the cover, you can see I have a lot of different little mementos that I fully gathered like during my time there. It looks a little used and lived in now that I've been on a 2-week trip. And the back cover as well just took a bunch of things in there from my trip. So let's get into it. When you open it up, I kept all my important little things right in that front pocket. I have my boarding pass. I was able to put my passport on one of the straps in the Traveler's Notebook, my weekly Hobonichi notebook. That was great for when I was on the go. And then I've just got some other ephemera. I also had gotten my film developed while I was in Vienna, so I was able to just kind of place my film strips in there. And then I have some other things from just museum visits and on the go, and just able to kind of stuff everything in the back as well. So let's take everything out. Boarding pass, passport, my weekly schedule notebook. Oh, and a little flower popped out. I'll show you all that later. Just a little postcard I picked up about an open call. My film. I think I had gotten this piece of paper from an art exhibit in Ireland. Sticker book, I didn't end up using it too often. And then all my extra stuff. But when you close it, you can see all of that I grabbed, the extra little things. That's what made up the design of my notebook. Let's take out my other important things. And let's get into each one. This is a little ticket for Jerpoint Abbey. We were going to a lot of little abbeys in Ireland. This is a little train ticket that I have from using the train in Ireland as well. Don't remember what this ticket was for, but it was from somewhere in Austria. This is a little ticket from the National Library in Vienna. I love that it's like a little bookmark, and I love the red and the graphic quality. This is a Smithwick's coaster, first brewery in Ireland, I believe. That was down in Kilkenny. This is a ticket from the Albertina in Vienna. There was a great photography exhibition while I was there of Francesca Woodman. She's one of my favorites. That was serendipitous. Loved that. Just another little ticket that I had gotten. This was a ticket for a Ferris wheel in Vienna, and it's actually the world's oldest Ferris wheel, so that was super fun. Just stuck that right in there. And then this little set of photos was actually from a pamphlet about Vienna digital cultures, and I was just flipping through the pamphlet that I had gotten out at like a museum or something, and I loved these two photos, and I decided that I wanted to use it on my cover when I saw it. And I had already gotten this blue pamphlet, and I was like, oh, that would match so well. That would play off the colors really nicely. So grabbed it, ripped it up, and just stuck it right in there. And I thought that was a really nice addition to kind of like decorating as I go while I was traveling. Then we have these final two pieces, and they're both from pamphlets. Loved the blue and like little design on this one as well. It truly is just a folded over pamphlet. And what I found is when I stuck them in the cover, it made the traveler's notebook just like a little sturdier, which I also enjoyed as well. And then this is a cutout piece from another pamphlet. It's from an Irish artist. I can't remember his name at the moment, but he plays a lot with geometric shapes and lines and the overlapping between there. So the museum exhibition pamphlet, I just cut it up. I again loved the graphic quality, and I just decided to use it in my front cover. So that's everything from the cover of my traveler's notebook, and I kept my Uniball Signo, my favorite pen at the moment, quite handy the entire trip. And now what we can do is get into my weekly Hobonichi to show you how I used this as I was on the go. Alright, I've gotten a little closer for you all so you can see the spreads a little bit better. And as you can see, this first spread here, when you open it up, I've filled out every day, and I used the right hand side as just kind of a notes section. I had picked up this sticker from like an Irish art museum, and then I kind of recounted every day of like what was on the schedule for the day, or when I was writing at night, I'd kind of fill in the blanks for whatever we ended up doing that day. So yeah, I have like, you know, going to Ireland, getting there, like getting the rental car, castle tours, glass studio. I had a one-on-one call when I was over there, and just what we ended up doing every day. And I found that as like a great reminder. And then every day I wrote through like the things that we had visited and like my thoughts about them. So it's nice to keep track of it that way. Then the next week, I stuck in some more ephemera there. This was a cool little sticker I found. And then a ticket for, I can't exactly remember what, but somewhere I went in Galway. And then this is my ticket for the Cliffs of Moher. My sister and I went there one morning. But yeah, as you can see, same thing again. I wrote down on the left side in the weekly schedule section kind of what we did every single day, and then kind of an overview got a little more detailed on the right hand side of what we did every day. So we went to like Salty Islands, day trip to Galway. My sister left for Vienna that day, and I took a rest day. And then Waterford, Dunmore East, Dublin, and then we went to Vienna the week after that. So just showing like we got to Vienna, and on the right hand side I actually didn't even finish filling this out yet. Maybe I'll do that a little bit later, but it got so busy near the end I was like, you know what, it's fine. A week and a half is pretty good. And then what we also used this for was my sister and I picked a couple flowers and we pressed them and dried them in the notebook. And I thought that was just a really fun addition to this as well, and part of our travel memories. And like you can really use anything as a place and moment in time to document your travels. And as you can see here, like there's a lot of pages in this notebook. I used the back half to press these flowers, and I don't travel too often, so I'm fine with using some of these pages to press these flowers and other ephemera into there. It worked pretty well, to be honest, because the notebook was so full of stuff, it just kind of like really pressed them actually. Yeah, I just thought that was nice and sweet. It was actually my sister's idea, and then I just kind of held them, so got to get those back to her. Yeah, that makes up my Pocket Plus traveler's notebook. And next we'll get into the A5 Slim size and kind of what I did there. Alright, let's get into the A5 Slim now. This is another traveler's notebook that we came out with, and I also decorated this cover. I went on Happy Hour Live the other week with a special guest, Kathy, and we kind of talked about travel journals and how to use them, and I just wanted to showcase this new product that came out and show y'all what to do with it, some ideas. So in the front we have a journaling card and some sample stickers, which I just used as decor on the front. And then this dashboard is actually from the June sub box. As you can see, it's still punched. And I just wanted to express that, you know, like you don't have to use things on their traditional way of using them functionally. Like you can use things however you want. And for this, I just wanted to use that dashboard on this, and I like it. And then this is a spread that I did kind of showcasing how, you know, maybe you're not someone who travels and sketches and kind of writes down everything in the moment. So this is maybe a more structured way of recounting your travels. What I did was print out a few Polaroid photos and then use these stickers to kind of explain what we did each day or what those memories were about. Then I have a section where I said my favorite things on the trip and listed a few bullet points. And then I used a sticky note to talk about what cities and towns I visited in while I was in Ireland and just kind of named everything. And I thought that was a nice way to kind of present all your travel information. And then the next spread is the daily itinerary notebook. And this isn't from my travels. I did this for the Happy Hour Live, and I did a mock schedule and showed how you can use this layout. But yeah, there's a lot of potential with these books, whether it's on the go, in a trip, or if it's just using it day by day in your everyday life. And when I was on the Happy Hour Live with Kathy, she mentioned that you can, decorate your entire spread and then keep the times of the schedule out and then write down what you did during that time and just kind of decorate around those. So you have like a timestamp of when exactly you did that activity, which I thought was so cool. And yeah, that's kind of a little sneak peek into the A5 Slim, just to let you guys know. And I'll show you here that the A5 Slim, I'm a photographer and I was traveling with film strips, and the film strips are a perfect size for the A5. So maybe next time I would use that potentially. That was just a fun note. But the Pocket Plus did a good job of holding them. Like, they're not bent by any means. And then here is the Pocket Plus next to the A5, just as a little size comparison. The Pocket Plus is definitely a little more handheld. The A5 is a little bit bigger, but I think they're both great for different uses. Maybe I'd use the Pocket Plus on a more busy trip and then the A5 just in my everyday life. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you got something out of this, and let me know how you're using your traveler's notebooks too. Like, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned for the next cloth and paper video. Bye!